It's Championship Saturday from the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. 7th seed San Francisco State has pulled off a pair of upsets against Central Oklahoma and Angelo State to reach their first ever national championship match. Meanwhile, 4th seed Lynn has had a perfect week, picking up back-to-back sweeps against Wingate and Bentley to advance to the final day with their eyes set on their first ever national title. The national championship match for Division II comes up next from the Pentagon. Back with you one final time from the Sanford Pentagon. We have reached the final day of the season in Division II. 7th seed San Francisco State and 4th seed Lynn square off tonight, with both programs making their first appearance in a national championship match. The path to get here has been different for these two teams. The Gators have needed 9 sets to get by Central Oklahoma and Angelo State, while the Fighting Knights have swept their way to the finals with victories against Wingate and Bentley. With Debbie Hendricks, who won a Division II national title in 1997, my name is Adam Young. Delighted to be with you tonight from inside the Sanford Pentagon. A year ago in Moon Township, Pennsylvania, it was a 4th seed versus a 6th seed in the championship match. This year, Debbie, it's 4 versus 7. The parity continues to shine in Division II.
It's really been increasing over the last few years, but none more evident than this year. And I think what it says is if you're going to win a national championship, you're going to have to come into this tournament and play 3 great matches of volleyball.
Both programs with really good setters. We'll start with Lynn, their setter, only a freshman. She's having a really good tournament. It is Ula Goryup who has really grown up this week, Debbie.
She's young, and she took the starting role late in the season, but she looks far more experienced than that. She's loaded with talented attackers and does a great job of keeping the offense balanced, fast, and efficient. And she's the bigger offensive threat in this matchup as well.
Meanwhile, for San Francisco State, their setter is a senior, Kimberly DeBoer. She's trying to finish her career with a national title.
DeBoer is one of the most creative and fluid setters I've seen in a while. She exudes a confidence that transfers into her attackers and the team as a whole. Her experience allows her to create more mid-rally, which is what makes the Gators a tough in and out of system team.
Kimberly DeBoer and her twin sister, Brianna DeBoer, who is the libero for the Gators, playing their final collegiate match, trying to finish tonight with a national title. Adam Maluski is the AVCA South Region Coach of the Year. The most wins in program history. It's been a program record-setting year as well. Program record 32 wins this year for Maluski and the Fighting Knights from Lynn. Only 3 losses the entire year. They have won 11 straight matches, entering the national championship, looking for their first ever national title. Meanwhile, on the other bench for Matt Hoffman and the Gators, Debbie, it's been a gauntlet to get here, right? You go back to the regional quarterfinals, they had to beat the defending national champs. Since then, it's been 4 straight wins against programs ranked inside the top 10 around the country.
And I think it's kind of interesting. You know, they won in 5 in that first round match, then in 4, and then they swept in the regional final. Since they've been here, they won the first match, the quarterfinal in 5, they won the semifinal in 4, so they're almost following that same trajectory.
San Francisco State, the first 7th seed to reach the championship match since reseeding began back in 2016. Glad you're with us. Final day of the season in Division II alongside Debbie Hendricks. Adam Young with you. Andrea Crawford is our producer. Up official is Allison Rule. Down official Stacy DeWitt from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Lynn will start on serve. There in the blue. Whites for the 7th seed Gators. Attack by Tamaya Wilson. Left side swing for Wolf, who's had a big week. 19 kills in the quarterfinals, 11 in the semis for Samantha Wolf.
Well, DeBoer was lined up right on that. Samantha Wolf just buried that ball.
Grad student out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Ula Goryup on the service line, the setter for the Fighting Knights. Wilson a tip, Played by Wolf. Gory up in the middle for Samantha Hunt. Really picked up her production during the semis. Hunt, a transfer from Rhode Island, a couple of Division I transfers for the Fighting Knights. Samantha Wolf came in from Division I Wright State. Alexis Williams transferred in from South Florida. Service air for Gory up, and we're going to see this the entire night. Both teams will serve tough, Debbie. I
think they're going to serve the toughest they have in the entire tournament because they are both lesser teams out of system, as all teams are. It might be more imperative for San Francisco State to get Lynn out of system the most.
It's a pretty good ratio coming in for Lynn. 12 aces, 13 service errors in their first two matches. But on the flip side for San Francisco State, only 5 aces and now 19 service errors this week. Wolf serves it to Izzy Isaac, who's been busy on serve receive all week. The attack by Goodrich. Point goes to San Francisco State, and Goodrich has really lifted her play this week. You go back to the quarterfinals, and she had 24 kills 2 days ago.
Well, what a nice compliment to Izzy Isaac out there. And, you know, they'll be able to get another couple of hitters going. Yesterday, the big one for them was Garza. She started early and often putting the ball away. So in system, look for her.
Gory up in the middle for Hunt, her second kill. If Lynn can find 5 or 6 kills out of Hunt, that could really be huge.
Well, it's certainly Olegario that they're looking for to carry the heaviest load in the middle, so that's right. If they can get a complementary middle, then they are completely balanced.
Hunt goes off. Olegario comes in for Lynn. Slide play for Garza. Anastasia Garza coming off a big day. She had a career-high 19 kills in the semis. And Debbie, she hit a blistering 533.
And a lot of it was in the first part of the match. I mean, they were in system a lot. They gave the ball to her on the slide in the middle. She swung, she hit off speed. Very creative attacking by her.
Both of these teams had 4 players in double figures in kills in their respective semis. Maria Cecilia Pino, senior out of Brazil, hammers it in for the right side. She's an opposite hitter for the Fighting Knights. They go ahead by 2. She's a second-team All-American. Alexis Williams, transfer from South Florida, serves it to Arball. Dump play by DeBoer, met by Gentile. Free ball Wolf, played by Wilson. DeBoer on the outside for Isaac. Lunging dig by Fabia Gonzalez-Stanton. Handled by Wilson. Katie Parker out of the middle, beyond the back line. Wolf able to reach it. Wilson digs. Isaac will tip. The defense by Williams. Gonzalez-Stanton, and that was wiggling. That's a net violation on Gonzalez-Stanton of Lynn.
I tell you right now, Lynn's block is letting Katie Parker go if they're even remotely out of system on this San Francisco State side. And I think if DeBoer can find a way to feed Parker the ball, she's going to have an open net.
Wolf gathers, Gory up on the outside, back to Gonzalez-Stanton, denied, played by Williams. And the attack for Gory up is too long. Only her second attack there for the center spot this week.
And I mentioned it earlier, she will take that second ball over. She likes to dump. She's a big physical setter, so it's usually very aggressive.
It was about a month ago when Gory up took over the setting duties with the injury to Hope Passarello, the Sunshine State Conference Setter of the Year. Injured on November 9th. Gory up was the backup setter, took over in this 5-1 system. She's had a really good week. She's really grown up with this bigger role in November and December. Only a freshman from Slovenia. DeBoer, backside to Wilson. Off the chest of Gentile. Gonzalez-Stanton, a back row attack. Wilson well off the tape, dug out by Gonzalez-Stanton. Dump play for Gory up, read by DeBoer. Wilson hammers it in for the right antenna.
That's a great ball by Asia Arball. DeBoer had to take the first ball, and she just leaves a really nice high ball up there for Wilson to be able to come and take a rip.
Wilson still waiting for that breakout match this week. She's had a really good year, but it's been a relatively quiet week for her.
And you almost get the sense that this is it. And maybe there's been a reason for that. Maybe that's been scripted a bit so that whoever their opponent is at this point hasn't seen that much of her.
That is the third attack error here in set 1 for Lynn. They hit 333 in the quarterfinals, 342 in the semis. They've been very low air. Wolf over the 3 blocker. Bump set DeBoer, right side, back to Wilson. Goes off the block, her second kill.
I mean, you look at this block right now for Lynn, and there really isn't a small option to look to get the matchup. So right now, I think going to Wilson's a great idea.
And if Wilson's hot, you better believe that Kimberly DeBoer is going to feed her.
She is. She's got a great volleyball IQ. She's very creative in the way that she runs her offense, but she knows when she gets that hot hand, just like we've seen her do when it was Garza yesterday, you know, at the first match when it was Goodrich, she just fed that hot hand for the whole match.
Serve sub is Joelle Alexander, a pair of aces in both matches for her this week. Serves it to Brianna DeBoer. One-handed set by Kimberly DeBoer. Wilson attacks. Williams gets it over, barely scraped it across. In-system swing for Wilson, 3 kills.
Oh, they clearly like this matchup of Wilson against Wolf. And I don't think Wolf is a bad blocker, but she's the smallest of the 3, and it's sometimes nice to be swinging into basically the left side defense. She's doing a nice job of tooling the block.
Wilson has a match this year with 29 kills. She has a match with 24. She has 2 matches with 22. So she has the ability to post really high numbers from the right side. 3 blockers there for San Francisco State. Free ball by Williams. Isaac meets it. In the middle for Garza. Goriup saves it. Overhead bump set goes to Wolf. What a bump set there by Goriup. And an out-of-system kill on the outside for Wolf.
Well, for sure right now, San Francisco State is the more in-system team. Surprises me a little bit, but this is a great out-of-system play for Lynn. Until they can get a little more rhythm with their offense, they're going to have to find ways to score it out of system.
Goodrich denied. Lynn picks up the first block for either side.
Well, that's the other thing you can do. If your offense isn't quite in rhythm, then your defense can do some more point scoring.
Good serve again by Goriup. It goes to DeBoer. Wilson winds up, and Wilson collects another kill. 4th kill, 0 errors for Tamaya Wilson. She's also the best server statistically for the Gators this year. Team high 52 aces, almost aces there. Wolf attacks. DeBoer got a hand on it. Goodrich is going to swing off speed to Cecilia Pino. Blay Hunt out of the middle. Outside for Goodrich, who tips it over 2 blockers. Near side, Cecilia Pino. An overpass by Isaac. Wolf will push. Isaac, far line, grabs it. Slight play for Garza, and she buries it back left corner.
And that's what we saw a lot of early in the first set yesterday. A lot of slide. She would attack the right back corner, then she'd come and attack the left back corner. We actually saw quite a bit of slide before we ever saw her attack out of the middle.
Before Friday, the previous career high in kills for Garza was 14. She had 19 in yesterday's match. Off the face of DeBoer, that's a kill for Cecilia Pino, the Brazilian.
Yeah, I don't know if they can afford to give her line. She had quite a bit of line to work with there, but that's just not a diggable ball for DeBoer.
Bentley defended Cecilia Pino pretty well on Friday. She had her way against Wingate on Thursday, though. Goodrich uses the block, and Gentile can't get to it.
But Goodrich is really being aggressive with her out-of-system swings. I mean, these are tough outs, and she's not taking much off.
Goodrich going off, only a sophomore out of Fresno. Our ball comes in to serve for the Gators. They lead by 2. trying to pull off one more upset and grab their first ever national championship. Gentile on serve receive. Backside to Cecilia Pino. Swing for Isaac. Gentile digs it. Diving save by the Fighting Knights to free ball it across. Garza on the slide. The Knights solo by Gonzalez Stanton. Free ball by Isaac. Gonzalez Stanton will swing. Isaac coming towards us. Great save. Free ball by DeBoer. Gonzalez Stanton lets it rip. What a rally.
I thought she might have wanted to set that one back just because Isaac was still recovering from running that ball down, but it's just a great set getting that one-on-one situation.
Lynn within one. Gentile will serve. Senior from Naples in Florida. Lynn's campus in Boca Raton. Joust to the nets. Two players will swing for Lynn. And the point will go to the Gators. They go ahead by a pair. The serve from Brianna DeBoer. Overhand handle, Gonzalez Stanton who gets it back. She tips it into the block. There's Katie Parker, the 6'2" redshirt freshman out of Turlock, California, who's also provided a little bit of offense this week for the Gators. Cecilia Pino dug out by Wilson, an over dig. Goes to Gonzalez Stanton. Isaac on the outside, she's rejected. Second block for Lynn. We should note as well the Gators have lost set one in each of their two matches this week. They get better as the match goes on, Debbie.
Matt Hoffman talked about this. He said, you know, we seem to just pick up our tempo and pick up our confidence as we move through the match and get better as we go along. And that's really been what, they waited 2 sets to get it going with Central Oklahoma, but yesterday it was just one.
Kill for Isaac, a national championship on the line from Sioux Falls. Adam Young, Debbie Hendricks back with you from inside the Sanford Pentagon. San Francisco State and Lynn both looking for their first ever national championship. Debbie, already 5 attack errors for Lynn. How much credit goes to the Gators?
I think it's their tough serving because Lynn really hasn't been in system that much so far in this match.
Serve receive for Williams for Lynn. Slide play to Olegario. 6'4" junior middle out of Brazil. An outstanding blocker who's also provided some offense this week.
And just like that, they get a 3-option pass and they're able to involve Olegario, and that's going to be the difference for Lynn. They have to be able to use the middles.
Olegario hitting a team high 361 for the year. Lynn within 2. Steered towards Isaac. Out of the reach of Wolf. Izzy Isaac heating up. Her second kill. Her first came right before the media timeout.
And DeBoer left that ball well inside. The block needed to come into the angle of approach of Isaac just a little bit more.
Isaac broke the school's single season kills record earlier this week. 482 now for the year. Out of Los Gatos in California. Overpass goes to Goodrich. Gonzalez Stanton will swing. DeBoer handles. Back to Goodrich. Too long, wide right as well for Aiden Goodrich.
The irony of that swing is that was actually an easier ball than some of the ones that she's taken rips on. I think she was undecided about how much pace she really wanted on that one.
Alexander, one of the best servers for Lynn. On the service line for the 4 seed from Boca Raton. Out of the Sunshine State Conference. Not a good pass by DeBoer. It's an ace for Alexander, her 5th of the week.
Well, Lynn's been beginning to figure it out with the passing. The last couple of first ball contacts have been good. They get aggressive at the service line. That's exactly what they need.
An ace and now an air for Alexander. The Gators out of the California Collegiate Athletic Association, if they win the title, California Collegiate Athletic Association will have the national champ for a second straight year. A year ago in Moon Township, Pennsylvania, on the campus of Robert Morris, it was California State LA as the 6th seed winning a national title. The block for Goodrich went off the body of Blayhut.
Yeah, that would have been out of bounds, I think, and she just couldn't get her body out of the way.
San Francisco State trying to win set 1 for the first time all week, despite their success this week. Outside Wolf, handled by Isaac, but it's an over dig, and it goes to Blayhut, who taps it down. Her 3rd kill. Debbie, this is the point of certain sets this week when Lynn just takes over. You go back to set 1 Friday, they trailed 21-18 and then finished on a 7-0 run. They trailed 20-14 against Wingate in set 2 in the quarterfinals and finished that set on an 11-0 run. They've been really good down the stretch in sets.
It has definitely been a pattern that they really haven't gotten themselves going until midway through the set. I'm not sure they can afford to do that in the national championship match, so I don't think it's an intentional thing, but they don't want to test that.
DeBoer to DeBoer. Goodrich winds up. That is her 3rd kill. She averages 2.6 per set. She's been in double figures in 5 of the previous 6.
I think that's her first in-system swing, and you get a look at how much pace she can put on the ball.
The underclassmen have really shined across the board this week. Goodrich, only a sophomore. She's back next year and beyond. Wolf on the outside, out of the reach of a tumbling Brianna DeBoer.
Her ball almost has a little curve on it here. So much pace.
Garza blocked away. Gonzalez, Stanton, then Garza gets it back and sends this one down. 2nd effort for Anastasia Garza. Asia Arball, 2 aces, 4 airs for the service line in the semis. Serves it to Gonzalez. Stanton, overpass kill for Garza. Her 4th.
Felt like Lynn was starting to figure it out on that first contact, but now they're struggling again. So you have to credit the Gators and how tough they're serving.
Lead is 3 now for San Francisco State. Timeout called by Adam Maluski, the head coach of Lynn. They just haven't been as sharp as they were in the quarterfinals and the semis when they were perfect, winning all 6 sets coming into the championship.
Yeah, no one needs that good first ball contact more than them. They run such a balanced offense. And their setters, you know, with her little bit of lack of experience maybe compared to DeBoer, she needs to be in the box, and they need to let her run the offense the way they want to run it with all that balance. But right now they have her running all over the floor. So you've got to say San Francisco State came out with the right mentality at the service line, and it's giving Lynn some problems.
Bentley was trying last night. Joey Posse said post-match during the press conference, he said, we were serving BBs at him, and it was perfect pass after perfect pass. And if there's 3 options after the pass for their setter, Ulagoria, you're in danger because they have 3 good attackers surrounding her, and that's hard to defend.
Well, and even when they're in their 5-1 rotations and she's front row, she's an offensive threat. She's had 5 kills in each of the last 2 matches, so they just haven't gotten anywhere near the rhythm that they had yesterday in their semifinal match. And you're looking at different servers and different techniques, so it may be that they just need a set under their belt to get a feel for this Gators serving.
Arball will drive it across. A good serve to Wolf. Out of system. Gonzalez Stanton. Out of the reach of DeBoer. Gonzalez Stanton, her 2nd kill on her 10th swing.
And that's a good matchup right there. DeBoer's on the front row. She's an undersized blocker. So I'm not surprised at all that they're going to look to go high outside and over her.
Isabella Gentile, 3rd-team All-American. Isaac handles on serve receive and gets it back off the block of Olegario. That's a big block at 6'4". Olegario got her hands on it. Lunging free ball from Gentile. Garza from the middle, too deep. Her first attack air.
I think DeBoer might have set that ball a little bit high. Garza looked early, and then she just couldn't hang up there long enough to get the swing she wanted.
47 aces this year for Gentile during her final year collegiately. Gathered up by Brianna DeBoer. Kimberly DeBoer will set for Garza. Olegario able to tip it in. Here come the Fighting Knights with another one of those late runs in a set.
Well, you certainly didn't see any lack of confidence from their side of the floor. I mean, they're used to doing this. And they're finding creative ways to score right now.
Once again, they trailed 21-18 in set one and finished on a 7-0 run in last night's match against Bentley. Big swing for Isaac after a mini 3-0 Lynn run. Side out for the Gators, back up 1. Brianna DeBoer from Murrieta, California. Sends it back corner to Gonzalez Stanton. Olegario will use the block. Diving dig by Wilson. The push by Isaac. And the big block was there to meet her. Cecilia Pino and Olegario, 6 feet and 6'4".
Yeah, it's the biggest block they've looked at yet. She's just trying to tip this ball to the middle of the floor. And she didn't have the ability to get that ball up and over the block.
Lynn only hitting 167, well above 300 in each of the previous 2 matches this week. Dump play by Kimberly DeBoer. Gonzalez Stanton lets it rip. Lynn takes a late lead.
The Gators are kind of rotated into the corners, and that's leaving area 6 middle back open, and this is just a great swing into that zone. Not uncontested for sure.
Timeout, Matt Hoffman. You know, Debbie, we were talking about this off the air earlier. Coming into this match, the Gators had played 9 sets this week. Difficult matches, 5-set win against Central Oklahoma, 4-set win on Friday against Angelo State. Meanwhile, for Lynn, 3 sets and 3 sets against Wingate and Bentley. So if you look at it this way, it's almost like San Francisco State has played 1 more match than Lynn because they have 3 more sets. How much could that factor into tonight on the 3rd day of 3 matches in 3 days?
Well, I don't think it's factoring in yet. If this were to go 5 sets and, you know, a lot of the prior sets are extended, maybe. But this is a San Francisco State team that knows what's at stake, you know, and they're gonna dig deep and find the energy. So right now, I think this is more about, you know, just the execution. And Lynn has picked their execution up a little bit, and they're taking some absolutely huge swings. So the Gators are just going to have to, like, ride some of that out, find their own ways to score here.
A 5-1 run down the stretch for Lynn. They trailed by 3. They lead by 1 now. Alexis Williams will fly it across to Izzy Isaac, who gets it back from DeBoer. Off the top of the block. Olegario buries it back left corner.
She loves that cutback shot out of the middle. So the Gators are going to have to find a way to either get the block in front of that, which is closing that double block, or they're putting a defender in that spot.
Diving dig by Wolf. A tip kill, Gonzalez Stanton. Lynn comes all the way back. They trailed by 3. They do it once again. They flip the set. And the Fighting Knights win set 1 by 3. They have played 7 sets this week. They have won all 7. National championship match from the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Lynn wins set 1 Adam Young, Debbie Hendricks back with you. Debbie, these are the season stats. Can't get a whole lot tighter than this.
That's unbelievable. And, you know, that's exactly how the first set went. I mean, the stats are very close, but across the board statistically, Lynn did just a little bit more. And I tell you, I don't even think they've really found a consistent flow yet. We saw them in system towards the end of that set, but they definitely struggled with that first contact early. So it's really important that San Francisco State find a way to get Lynn out of system. They got to keep serving tough. I think they ought to look to put the first ball on Goryep some when she's back row in particular. That's going to take the middles out of the equation, and then they can double up on the pins.
San Francisco State loses set one for a third time in 3 matches this week. It hasn't mattered so far. We'll see if it matters tonight. Lynn swept their first 2 matches this week. They win set one, so they haven't dropped a set yet. In a week that's been full of very deep matches. A lot of 5-setters on day one. 3 of our 4 matches in the quarterfinals went 5 sets. And a 4-setter and a 3-setter in the semis. Taylor Vales back to serve for the Gator. Underway in set 2, clips it off the tape. Cecilia Pino got a hand on it, but it's an ace for Vales, who had 7 aces in 1 match 3 weeks ago for San Francisco State.
You would hope that Lynn would pick up right where they left off in this set. They've been playing with a bit of fire, waiting till midway through a set to really play up to their potential.
Goryep in the middle for Blayhunt, who had a good set 1. That is her 4th kill. Matching her for team high honors. She only averages 1.3 kills per set, Debbie.
Well, this is a good look, too, at that in-system pass, because it's going to be one-on-one across the board.
Wolf, the server. Serves it to DeBoer. Tipped by Goodrich, blocked by Cecilia Pino. Goodrich will swing, and she sneaks it inside the block of Blayhunt. Wilson serves to Gentile, who handles. Flying in, Cecilia Pino.
It's a great pass by Gentile, and that was a legit serve. It had a lot of pace, a lot of float. It was moving, and she just handled that ball really well. I'm not sure they could have used the middle, but certainly can use both pins there.
3rd kill, no errors for the 2nd team All-American from Brazil. One of 7 international players for Lynn. Cross-court kill for Goodrich. That's her 5th. That's the most of anybody either side here tonight. Only a sophomore.
And that's a good look at the in-system version of the Gators right there. It was fun listening to Matt Hoffman talk about DeBoer, Brianna passing the ball, getting the first touch, and then Kimberly DeBoer getting the 2nd touch. And he says it's a great start to a lot of rallies.
High play to Garza, slams it down. They're going to her more and more as the week goes on.
Well, Gonzalez-Stanton's got to get further out to the line. She not only gave line on this slide, she gave more than that. She gave the full line seam, so they've got to take more of that away.
5th kill for Garza. Matching Goodrich. Shanked away by Gonzalez-Stanton. Rolls away out of bounds. Point goes to Lynn. It was touched by the Gators. Service there for Williams. Puts the Gators up 2 in set 2. 4-7 matchup here in the finals. Last year it was a 4-6 matchup in the finals. 4th seed was West Texas A&M. 6th seed California State. LA won the title. They weren't even inside the top 25 entering the Final 8 a year ago. It pulls within 1 at 5-4. Speaking of underclassmen, Fabia Gonzalez-Stanton, only a sophomore from Madrid, Spain, will serve for Lynn.
I think we're getting a challenge here. I saw Kimberly DeBoer talking to the official.
San Francisco State challenging a touch.
All right, San Francisco State challenging a touch. Matt Hoffman still speaking to the up official, Allison Rule, who's not communicating with him because he can't communicate with the officials. He's trying to talk to him right now. Down official is Stacy DeWitt.
So I guess they're saying the ruling is no touch, so they're trying to say there was a touch by Stan Gonzalez as the ball's going out of bounds.
Matt Hoffman, pretty animated. Don't usually see this much from him.
Well, and it was his setter, Kimberly DeBoer, who told him that. She's really smart, got a high volleyball IQ, and so I think he's buying into what she's telling him that she saw.
We were told earlier today, by the way, the DeBoer twins both want to get into coaching when they're done. This will be their final collegiate match, no matter what happens here, and they want to coach one day.
They'll make great coaches because they are such great leaders on the floor. They understand the game. They're fun to watch. And I mean, it really is interesting that you've got one who makes the first contact and the other who makes the second contact. And the comment that that's a good start to rallies, it's no joke for this team.
Call stands. Matt Hoffman will lose the challenge, down to 1. Lynn still has 2. Now he gets the explanation. What a journey it's been since the start of his tenure with the Gators. You go back to his first year in 2016, they were 1-25. He said it's like trying to climb a mountain when you start that low at 1-25, 8 wins in year 2 in 2017. Then they started winning a little bit, winning record in 18, 16 wins 2019. Then COVID happens, but they continue to win after it. Got to a regional a year ago, picked up their first ever regional win this year, and then they just kept on rolling into Sioux Falls, where they play for a national championship. Isaac trying to place it, and she does. Well, initially they pointed towards San Francisco State. That was the initial direction that up official Allison Rule was pointing in, and then she changes the call to Lynn. So Lynn will get the point. Isaac thought she had it in, and that was the initial direction from the official. Isaac on serve receive, gets it back, hammers it right to Gentile. Rolled across by Wolf. Wolf will swing, cross court, tumbling dig for our ball. Bump set Gentile. Wolf winds up over the block, no touch. Point to the Gators.
There's that matchup they want. Kimberly DeBoer was front row. This is a big advantage for Wolf. She just misses.
Wolf back pedals and handles, slide play to Oligario. Wilson got a hand on it, and then Kimberly DeBoer couldn't get it up. A kill on the slide for Oligario, but it's her 4th. Alexander had a big late ace in set 1. She'll serve it here for Lynn. Sends it to Isaac, who shanks it away. Isaac will swing out of the back row. Williams digs. Out of system, Wolf off the top of the hands of the block. Isaac, a good approach. Pops it off the block to Williams. Slide play for Blayhut, who's trying to place it, and she does. Another kill for Blayhut. That's her 5th.
And that play really started by the slow by the block. It's just creating an easy dig, an in-system opportunity for your setter there. That's going to be tough to stop.
Alexander clips the tape. Heads up play by Parker. Wilson was good early. They start going to her once again. That is the 5th kill for Wilson, who got off to a really good start early on in the match.
They've been going to Isaac a lot, and I feel like she's always looking at that big double block. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. If you can't use the middle of the cart, start going back to Wilson more.
18 attacks for Isaac, only 12 so far for Wilson. A lot of those came early. Cynthia Bell serves it to Gonzalez-Stanton. Bell defends. Backside, back to Wilson through the seam. Shot across Gonzalez-Stanton off the net, and a free ball for Williams. DeBoer back to Wilson. Off the block of Wolf. Back row, Gonzalez-Stanton trying to tiptoe behind that 10-foot line. Goodrich. Wilson tips it in on the overpass.
The Lynn block is starting to touch everything, and that's going to create a lot of opportunity. They don't win this one, but every time they're getting a block touch like that, you know that most of the time it's going to be creating something.
Good serve by Bell. Pin to Wolf, off the block and down. Just the 4th kill for Wolf. It was kind of a slow start for her in the semis as well, but she was really good in set 3 in that win last night against Bentley.
Well, her slow start had a lot to do with how much they were feeding the ball to Garza. And in system, I think that's a great approach.
Goria, really good serve. Free ball coming to Gonzalez-Stanton. Backside, Cecilia Pino the push. DeBoer, a one-handed set. Punched up in the air. That'll work for Goodrich. One of the easier kills she has had this week. And the sophomore from Fresno is up to 6. San Francisco State drops set 1 per usual. This has been the trend for them this week. You lose set 1, you find a way. In fact, going back to the quarterfinals 2 days ago, they lost set 1, they lost set 2 by 12. And then won set 3 by 2. Went extra points in set 4 in that reverse sweep against Central Oklahoma. Just kept on chipping away. Wilson tools the block of Gonzalez-Stanton.
She's been really good, and I mean, that's a one-on-one, and she just tooled the block there. I'd keep beating her. I think Lynn's done a much better job defending the left sides than they have Wilson.
Cecilia Pino on the cut shot. Lynn doesn't go to her a ton, but when they do, she terminates. 4 kills, 8 swings. The serve from Gentile. DeBoer slides and gathers. Goodrich, tough angle, sneaks it inside the antenna and tips it in. 7th kill for Goodrich. She could be well on her way to a similar match to Thursday when she had 24.
Yeah, she gets out of that one, but I feel like both left sides are tipping a lot for San Francisco State. I don't know if that's tactical or if they're just not getting the ball location that they need.
Service air for Arball. That is the 5th air from the service line for San Francisco State. 23rd service air in 3 matches this week. Only 6 aces for the week. One of those coming tonight.
And I think they have to live and die by it, though, because you have to try to get this Lynn team out of system. They're so good.
Cross court for Isaac. In the middle to Olegario, who pushes it back row for Kimberly DeBoer. The swing by Garza uses the block, but they're going to say it was touched by Garza. She can't believe it.
It was very close. It looked like it might have grazed her to me. This is tough, though, because Matt Hoffman could potentially be using his and losing his second challenge.
Yeah. Garza was stunned after the call. She was celebrating. The call on the floor is touch the body of Garza on the block. So they touched her last. The point goes to Lynn. Get a second look.
I mean, she's definitely trying to pull her shoulder out of the way.
Dallas Stanton was pointing at her. There needs to be enough evidence on the floor to change the call. So unless there's enough evidence, it's going to stand that it did indeed touch Garza. And sometimes it's one of those 50-50s where whatever the call is on the floor, you just don't have enough evidence to change it.
Well, this will be tough because that will be the end of challenges for Matt Hoffman unless they go into a 5th set and he'll get one more. So you know they're going to pour over this one. They understand the situation.
In case you're just joining us, Lynn won set 1 by 3. They trailed by 3 late, eventually won by 3. Two teams trying to stay loose, and it's been a loose week for both, especially for the Gators. We've seen them more. And they've been loose, not playing like a 7 seed, not acting like a 7 seed that hasn't been here before.
Even both of the teams, when they were in warm-up tonight, you and I were remarking about how composed they look for a national championship match, and neither team's ever been here.
A quote last night from Izzy Isaac in the post-match press conference. She said, "Pressure is something you put on yourself." And I think that can apply to anybody and anybody working in any walk of life, not just volleyball or not just sports. Pressure is something you put on yourself, and they haven't had the pressure get to them this week. Matt Hoffman will win the challenge. Call reversed. He still has one left. That is big. We're still relatively early here in set 2. Gators ahead by 1. Williams on serve receive for Lynn. Rolled by Gonzalez Stanton. Long bump set by Kimberly DeBoer. Dropped in by Isaac on her 20th swing, her 4th kill.
I think it just went right through Oligario's hands.
She was in a pretty good spot, wasn't she?
She was. It just went right between her hands.
Free ball by Goria, the freshman setter. Tied to the backside for Parker. Slide play Oligario. No blockers in front of her. Slams it down. Defensively, Debbie, you have to pick your poison. You have to defend somebody, and Oligario is left open there at the far pin.
Yeah, and it goes back to you just can't afford to be giving free balls and easy balls to this Lynn team because you know they're going to be in system.
Good serve, Gonzalez Stanton. She aces. That is her 6th of the week. She had that 4-ace stretch during the 11-0 run in set 2 against Wingate to finish the set 2 days ago. And that might have been the turning point this week for Lynn. They trailed 20-14 against Wingate in set 2 in the quarterfinals. Finished that set with an 11-0 run. And they just took off after that the rest of the week. Outside Wolf. Kill number 5 for the grad student from Cincinnati.
And again, this matchup with Wolf against DeBoer, it's a big mismatch. They're smart to take advantage of it. They may have to cheat towards the line there with the libero DeBoer.
Zip kill for Parker. It's her first kill here tonight. Kimberly DeBoer on the service line. 2nd team All-American. First All-American in program history for San Francisco State. Slide play right back to Oligario.
I actually really like that serve, pushing Wolf back, but still insistent, and Olegario finished it.
Lynn wins set 1. They lead set 2 by 1 here at the media timeout from Sioux Falls. The balance continues for the Fighting Knights from Lynn. 4 players with 10+ kills in the semifinals against Bentley. And so far tonight, 4 players with 5+ kills relatively early in set 2. And it really helps too, Debbie, when a freshman setter who's only been setting for them consistently for a month has a lot of options to work with.
Well, and one of those options changed from last night to tonight. Blayhut has 5 kills already, so both middles are being used early here and often. And I feel like their first ball contact has been a little inconsistent.
Yep.
They're still finding a way to score out of the middle. That is bad news for the Gators.
Tip kill for Wilson, her 8th. Wilson leads all players in the match with those 8 kills. Her season high for this week is 10. Almost there already. Goria on the outside for Wolf, who buries it inside the block of Parker and Wilson.
The Gators have done a nice job of getting that double block up on Wolf, but it really hasn't mattered. A lot of the time it's been DeBoer, and she's going over the top of her, and right there she just blasts through that big double block.
Goria back to serve for Lynn, freshman from Slovenia. Sends it to Isaac, not a good pass. Wilson will swing out of system and down. Tamaya Wilson does something with nothing right there.
Yeah, it's a tough angle. She had to take that ball, but she knew exactly what was open on the floor. And for someone who's been quiet for the first 2 matches of this week, she's really been good here tonight.
Almost double figures already for Wilson. She averages just under 4 kills per set. And now an ace. That's Bales. And that is her 2nd of the match. Her 18th of the year. Timeout called by Lynn and Adam Maluski, so that serving tough mentality for the Gators might start paying off here, Debbie.
Well, they were real high air in the first set yesterday. And you felt like, hey, they've got the right approach. They've got the right mentality at the service line, and they'll start getting those in, and then they did. And then they wreaked all kinds of havoc on the serve-receive. So, you know, it may be that they backed off for a little bit there, and now they're just like getting back in that mentality. Hey, we're going to take our chances at the service line. And if we tidy up some of those errors, it could be a game changer.
San Francisco State has won 12 of their previous 14 matches coming in. Lynn has won 11 in a row. The Gators started the year with back-to-back losses against Central Washington and MSU Denver. They lost 3 times in the first 3 weeks of the season. Wasn't a bad start by any means, but a little bit of a slow start if you look at how they finished the rest of the year. That makes this 26-6 record even more impressive, given the fact they had 3 losses early in the first 3 weeks.
They played a pretty tough preseason schedule, and I think most coaches understand, hey, if we're not quite ready, they only get 3 weeks to prepare for, as far as you know, their 2-day practices before they get started. So, you know, you may not be quite ready, but you schedule tough, and it usually pays off this time of year.
A lot of firsts this year for Matt Hoffman in this program, their first ever regional win. And they just kept on building on it to get to this point here on the final day of the season in the national championship match. Samantha Wolf on the service line for the Fighting Knights. Sends it far line to Isaac. Garza blocked by Cecilia Pino. Wilson turned away. Opposite side for Goodrich. Goria, Gonzalez, Stanton uses the block of Wilson. Lynn leads by 1. Garza out of the middle. Wolf can't get there. Using that length, 6'1", Anastasia Garza out of Sacramento. Ties us up at 18.
I like that power tip because even if Goryep gets that up, they're out of system. We need to look to go to her more.
Great serve by Wilson. Swing for Blayhut, dug out by Isaac. Kimberly DeBoer takes over. Long bump set for Gentile. Overpass, sent down by Blayhut. Give her 6 kills now on 11 attacks. Really stepping up here in her final match collegiately out of Coral Springs in Florida. Grad transfer from Rhode Island. Gentile with Lynn ahead by 1. Goodrich uses the block. 8th kill for Goodrich.
I can assure you those left sides are already tired of looking at this huge right side block, but that's the way you have to attack it. Because even the big block, if you go high enough off the hands, is a scoring opportunity.
Great serve by Arball. Rolled by Gonzalez-Stanton. In system swing for Garza. She gets a touch on the slide play.
Same thing right there. Garza just looking to go high off the hands of Gonzalez-Stanton. That's the right call.
Got a great pass by Wolf. Out of system, Cecilia Pino. The out of system kill from the opposite side for her. All knotted up at 20. Finishing sets on a high note has been a theme all week for Lynn. And it's inches too deep for Alexis Williams.
Well, DeBoer barely got out of the way of that one, but her bench, I can hear the bench all the way over here calling it out. So that's great help by them. They've got a better view of it than DeBoer does.
The serve from Brianna DeBoer. Williams on serve receive. Slide play, Olegario. Overpass swing for Gonzalez-Stanton. Arball the bump set. Isaac the swing. Parker, the overhand handle. Winding up is Isaac, sends it down.
I think Isaac couldn't believe what she saw. She had a seam. It's been quite some time since she's actually had a nice big seam to hit through.
Timeout called by Lynn. You can see the eyes getting big there for Isaac.
Yeah.
A little smirk as well.
I mean, I can't believe how much, and it's a great blocking scheme by Lynn, but Isaac and Goodrich have looked at a huge block almost the entire match, and they've got, you know, they can tool that block, they can attack high on that block, but, you know, when they see a seam, they're happy.
This is kind of what we expected. It was tight in set 1. In fact, Lynn trailed by 3, 21-18, before winning 25-22. And right now, the Gators lead by 2 late in set 2. Very competitive, 2 programs that you mentioned a lot yesterday, Debbie. They're peaking at the right time, and that's what matters here in early December when you're on this stage.
You can talk about all the things that have to go right, and there are many to put yourself in a position to win a national championship. You have to be healthy. You have to have that right mentality as a group. They have to be really cohesive because it's a long season. But it is about peaking at the right time, and there's some really good teams that peak early. There are teams that never fully peak. But yeah, you could just feel when both of these teams got here that they were still on the upward trajectory.
Gators trying to finish in set 2. Out of the California Collegiate Athletic Association. Friday nights out of the Sunshine State Conference. They finished 17-3 in that league this year. Tampa was 16-4. Barry was 16-4. Florida Tech beat Lynn twice in conference play this year. Embry-Riddle also in that league. A very deep conference in the Sunshine State. Gonzalez-Stanton will use the hands of Kimberly DeBoer.
What a great pass by Joelle Alexander. That was a tough serve, and she just put that right on top of Goryep. That's the way Lynn wants to start every point.
Another all-around good match for Fabia Gonzalez-Stanton. 7 kills, 8 digs already. She also has 1 ace. Serving here, trailing by 1 in set 2. Serves it to Arball. Parker out of the middle. Williams recovers. Gonzalez-Stanton, a long free ball. Brianna DeBoer, Kimberly DeBoer, Parker wide rights.
The block left her the first time. She had open net swing on her first swing, and I noticed that earlier. They're committing to the outside, and then on that second one, Wolf slid over in front of her and made her hit that shot to extreme.
Isaac around the 2 blockers, dug out by Gentile. Oligario. Lynn takes the lead on a 3-0 run.
Gentile's doing such a great job. These are hard-driven balls, and she's not just digging the ball, she's digging the ball in system.
Oligario, 6'4", but Debbie, she is athletic, she is mobile, and she's good on offense and our defense.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier. I think I said the wrong name, but she's part of the reason Wolf sometimes isn't getting a fast start, is because if they are passing well, they want to feed the ball to her early, establish her early. It opens everything up at the pins.
7 kills, 2 blocks for Oligario in the match. She had 16 kills and 11 blocks in the 2 matches coming into this. 4 of them were solos. So now Lynn leads by 1, 23-22. They're doing this again, Debbie. They trailed by 3 right around this juncture in set 1, eventually won. They trailed moments ago by 2. Now they're on a 3-0 run, trying to finish the same way. Really, they finished the entire week.
Well, they're just extremely confident at the end of sets, and some of that comes from winning a lot of sets. And regardless of how you start the set, you always find a way to win. I did say I thought it was flirting with fire, playing with fire to, consistently wait till the middle of the set. But they're playing a very good team who is part of the reason that they're not always leading the entire set. But they just seem to know how to win late in the set.
Lynn trying to stay perfect for the week. They have won all 7 sets. Trying to get our set point. Out of system, Wolf will attack over the blockers to Arball. Down play tried by Kimberly DeBoer. In the middle, Oligario again. Right back at her. Set point for the Fighting Knights.
Comes down to little things right there. San Francisco State didn't handle the easy ball on their side. They passed it tight. DeBoer had to send it over, and Lynn is capitalizing on their opportunities.
Gonzalez-Stanton on set point. Serves it again to Arball. Parker, no blockers in front of her. Dug out by Gonzalez-Stanton. Wolf dug out by DeBoer. Isaac around the block. Shot across by Wolf. Keeps it in play. That might have been out of bounds if Arball doesn't touch it, though. Outside Isaac pushes it through the block. Corey up to Wolf. Hammers it down. Lynn roars back in set 2. 5-0 run to finish. The theme continues for the 4th seed from Boca Raton. What a finish to set 2 to go up 2-0. Samantha Wolf with her 7th kill on her 17th attack. She is hitting .353 in the national championship. Lynn now leads 2-0. Their head coach is Adam Maluski. He joins us. Coach, just like the rest of the week, you are finishing these sets on runs on a really high note. What's allowed you to do this all week?
Just sitting over there thinking it's not always been pretty, but it's been gritty. We're closing these matches the way that we want to. We're closing these games the way that we want to. I think it's just a little bit of nerves and jitteriness, and we haven't performed the way that we want to for the whole duration of the 2 sets.
Coach, they seem to be putting quite a bit of pressure on you in serve receive.
They are.
How are you guys managing that?
We're doing the best we can. I still think we can take some quality swings. You know, when the ball's not a perfect ball, we can still get our feet there and we can still test them. You know, we can do that better in the third set.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Adam Maluski, Lynn looking for their first ever national title. They lead 2-0. Intermission comes up next. Adam Young, Debbie Hendricks back with you. Matt Hoffman, the head coach of the Gators, is joining us. Coach, you've been in this spot before this week here in Sioux Falls. What's your message to the team ahead of set 3?
I said we've been in this spot before, so we just got it, and we were up in each of the first 2 sets, both pretty late, so we just got to be able to capitalize when we're up late in the game.
Yeah, Coach, it's come down to just a couple of points here or there. What things do you feel like you're doing well, and is there any adjustment you need to make?
I think offensively we're doing well. I like what we're doing there. I think we should do a better job of cleaning up our dig to swing.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
San Francisco State trailing 2-0. And Fabia Gonzalez-Stanton right now giving the Gators fits on offense. She has 7 kills. She is hitting .250. She also has 10 digs and an ace, and she's had a really impressive week, Debbie.
She has, and you know, she's just a piece of this puzzle, and it's so hard to defend. And you may look and go, well, why aren't they doing a better job defending? Well, because most of the time that Lynn is in system, you have 3 options, and you got to think about all 3 of those, and you're getting one-on-one, and that's a really tough assignment for the back row. And I really liked his comment about cleaning up the dig to swing. I mean, when it's a great opportunity for Lynn, a perfect scenario, you may not dig that ball. I think they've missed some opportunities where the block is made a slow, or they've gotten an easy ball and they just haven't handled those well.
18 ties, 7 lead changes in set 2 alone. That might have been the tightest set we have seen so far this week as far as back and forth, some lead changes, a lot of ties. San Francisco State easily could have won that set to tie up the match.
Well, and you got that sense from what he said. It's like, you know, I know we're down 0-2, but it doesn't feel like it. We're doing a lot of things well, so I think it's the right way to approach it. Stay the course.
Go back to Thursday when they had a reverse sweep against Central Oklahoma. They lost set 2 by 12, so I'm sure it was a much different feel. They eventually win that match on the reverse sweep. They got to Friday, and they got to Saturday, and now they trailed 2-0 again. Backside to Wilson. She's had the hot hand offensively for the Gators. Left side, Goodrich. Cecilia Pino off the block. DeBoer to Garza. Bump set, Gentile steers it near side. Punched over and in by Cecilia Pino. Touched that near line.
DeBoer red tip and thought she was going to tip short. It was really smart to play that ball deep.
Debbie, she's probably the 3rd or 4th option right now for Lynn. That's a pretty good 3rd or 4th option. Nearly an ace. Free ball by Goodrich. Nearly gets it down. Sent back over by Gonzalez-Stanton. Backside to Wilson, who tips it to Gentile. Cecilia Pino unleashes again. Her 2nd kill to start set 3.
I would say already the Gators heard the message. They're digging much better balls to target. They just can't seem to put the ball away against this Lynn defense. So we've talked a lot about how good they are on offense. They're playing some pretty good defense right now, too.
Lynn only hit 231 in set 1. Now they are hitting 362 for the match. 486 in set 2. 500 early on here in set 3. There's a chance they could finish this week 3 matches hitting 330 plus in all 3. They were 333 in the quarters. They were 342 in the semis. Bump set to Cecilia Pino, smashes down another right in front of the 10-foot line.
Well, and again, they just can't afford to give her line. I think Goodrich read something else. She didn't recognize that she was an option.
Wolf and the Fighting Knights continue to serve it tough. It is their 6th service there, but it's still been a good day again from the service line. Gentile. Goryeo. Swing by Blehut. She's had a huge match. Isaac is blocked away, and then a lift on our ball. Lynn ahead by 2 here in set 3. Gentile. Controlled by DeBoer. Right side for Garza. Uses the hands of Gonzalez Stanton. Nine kills for Garza, 9 kills for Wilson. Serve from Brianna DeBoer. Clips the tape. Catches Olegario off guard. 28th ace of the year.
You'll take that right now if you're the Gators. And I can assure you she'll make an adjustment and get a little more air under this ball.
Out of system, Gonzalez Stanton gets a touch.
One of the things Lynn is doing so well is they're just mixing up their shots, and so you're seeing the backline defense for the Gators adjust to what happened before, and then they just keep changing and adjusting.
Isaac around the block. Gentile digs. Bump set by Goryeo, and the swing is off the mark for Gonzalez Stanton. Every set has been really tight late, but it's Lynn up 2 sets to none here in the championship. Goryeo on the front set. Backed up by DeBoer. Bump set goes right side, Wilson. And a net violation called on Lynn.
I think they got Gonzalez Stanton on that one. It's interesting that serve went right on Olegario. I'm sure that's kind of what they're looking for, but it was pretty deep serve.
Wolf backs up to handle. Olegario on the slide. Blocked solo by Izzy Isaac. They read that perfectly.
Well, Olegario most of the time likes to come with the cutback. She can hit the line, but she read that really well.
Third block for the Gators here in the national championship. Wolf, great pass. An attack by Goryeo. Hasn't been very successful tonight with that. And violation again on Lynn.
They just seem to be a little unfocused at the beginning of sets. And Sam Wolf's, she addressed this in one of the press conferences this week. She said, we can lose our focus. And you could tell she was the one who didn't really like it and was going to be on the team about staying focused all the time. You can't afford it when you're playing for a national championship.
Out of bounds for Olegario. Late in set 1-2, Debbie, when they were starting that comeback, when they took a lead, when they were huddling up, it was Wolf who was talking, and she was saying finish repeatedly to her teammates. And right now, they trail by 4 here in set 3. Lynn hasn't lost a set all week. Set 3 for the national championship in Sioux Falls. Adam Young and Debbie Hendricks back with you inside the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Great to have you with us. National championship match. We'll have a first-time winner no matter what happens here tonight. Lynn leads 2 sets to none, but San Francisco State has an early lead here in set 3. Long front set goes to Gonzalez Stanton. Isaac winds up. Gators by a handful, doubling up the Fighting Knights here in the third.
You remember when I talked about Kimberly DeBoer creating for her offense, this one-handed set to the outside. She makes it look a lot easier than it really is.
And now she will serve. Sends it out of bounds. Service error number 7 for the Gators.
We were talking about Samantha Wolf working with the team on staying focused. And we've heard Adam Maluski say this several times this week about staying locked in. You know, I think it's the same recognition of these points where they just go away for a stretch, and it seems to be notoriously at the beginning of sets.
Long back set goes to Wilson. Nice set by DeBoer. Wilson, her 12th kill.
I love that push against the flow that just creates so much for your offense. She's pushed forward, she kicks back. It's a one-on-one, and most of the time, Wilson's been great in those situations.
DeBoer is well trained, isn't she, Debbie?
She is. She's a special setter.
Also 5 digs for Wilson. Service error for Isaac. That is her second tonight. The DeBoer twins will be hard to replace for Matt Hoffman. He's going to use this. He's going to lose his star libero and his star setter. Twin sisters out of Murrieta, California. There are some quality pieces coming back next year for San Francisco State, but those 2 pieces in particular will graduate after this match is done. Wolf denied. Parker and Wilson on the double stuff. Wilson, one of those pieces that returns next year. She's only a junior.
And she's having her best match at the right time.
We've been waiting for this for Tamaya Wilson. A great year. Honorable mention All-American for a 2nd straight year. Wolf to Goria. Slide play for Blay Hunt, and she sneaks it in. Another kill for Blay Hunt.
Well,
7 kills.
Again, Goodrich got sucked into the middle of the floor. It wasn't coming out early enough with that slide. I don't know if she's losing her hitter or if they're trying to commit to something else, but
Wilson, another, her 13th.
there goes Kimberly DeBoer feeding the hot hand. It's hard to see her rotate to the back row right now.
Cecilia Pino is blocked. Goodrich on the near pin.
She says, not that time. I've got my blocking assignment. I'm really surprised they're not sending the ball out to Wolf. That matchup with DeBoer has been very successful when she's up on the front row.
Wolf, big seam. Goodrich coming towards us, trying to save it. Great effort, can't keep it up. 8th kill for Wolf. She has as much velocity on her ball as anybody when she lets it rip. Goodrich on the outside, tools the block of Cecilia Pino. Good idea. Asia Arbol flies it across to Gentile. Wolf gathers, free ball by Goria. Back line to DeBoer. One blocker in front of Isaac. It's Cecilia Pino who gets hands on it. Slammed in by Isaac. She avoids the lift, sends it down. And San Francisco State goes ahead by 7.
Well, and Arbol actually got Gentile to struggle a little bit. She's been so solid this match.
It's been a rocky set for Lynn for the first time all week. Net violation called on the Fighting Knights.
Yeah, I think they got Goria up. It was a tight pass, and she did the best she could. Even tall setters, if you pass them too tight, can't stay out of the net.
It's the 3rd time there's been a net call on Lynn here in this set alone. San Francisco State playing better as the match goes on. This has been their trend all week. And a big reason why they played better is Tamaya Wilson just continues to play really well. By far her best match of the week. A match high 13 kills for the junior out of Temecula.
Well, she's done a great job. You saw the one where the backline digger couldn't play it. There's another one, but she's attacked the block really well. And she's got the off-speed shots. I mean, it's just been a little bit of everything for her. And she's certainly been terminal in the one-on-one situations.
The depth has been on full display this week for both squads, and for the Gators, they've been able to win without Wilson posting the numbers she normally posts. She's averaging just under 4 kills per set. She hasn't been there this week until now. And if Wilson can continue to play like this, and Isaac plays well, and Goodrich plays well, and Garza plays well, you have a lot of options there for the star setter, Kimberly DeBoer.
Well, you actually end up with just about as much balance as Lynn has, and so then it's going to boil down to serve and pass.
I'm sure the thinking right now for the Gators is they're probably telling Lynn right now in their heads, don't let us win this third. Don't let us go another set, because bad things have happened for the opponent when they've let the Gators kind of hang around in matches this week. The reverse sweep on Thursday beat Angelo State in 4 sets Friday despite losing set 1. Isaac on the outside, and Isaac gets it to land in.
I'm going to say it again. Matt Hoffman talked about the quality of the digging, especially on anything that's been slowed by the block, and they have been so much better in this set. Very intentional.
Gory up on the backside to Cecilia Pino. Pinball's over. Off the hands of DeBoer. Swing by Blay Hutz. DeBoer trying to peel underneath Isaac, and she got in her way. Point goes to Lynn. They're so loose, they're just laughing this off right now, Debbie, in the national championship, mind you.
Yeah, and that's why I think they've been so good. Matt Hoffman talked about, they keep getting better within sets because they keep getting looser as they go through the match.
There's so much confidence. It is not arrogance, it isn't cockiness, it is just confidence from this group, especially from those older players, the DeBoer twins, Isaac in particular. For Isaac, she had a knee injury a couple of years ago. She should be out of school right now, but she got the year back. That is why she is still playing here in 2024. And it's almost like some of these players feel like they're playing with house money a little bit here during the course of this week because of that COVID year and also because of the injury year for Isaac.
There have been some very uncharacteristic miscommunications for the Gators, and there you see the sisters miscommunicating, but we didn't see much of this in the early part of the tournament.
Lead of 6 for San Francisco State. Lynn trying to mount an impressive comeback. They did trail by 6 late against Wingate in set 2 in the quarterfinals when it was 20-14. Side out on the kill for Garza.
I like setting Garza. I think she's great on that slide, and then I love the way she attacked the ball on Gloria. She's a good defender, but even if she digs that ball, Lynn is out of system.
Gloria up in the middle for Olegario. Isaac. Gonzalez Stanton will get it across. Parker slams it down. Katie Parker, just her 2nd kill tonight.
She actually had a block in front of her this time. Olegario stayed with her. She just misread where she was going.
Parker has a bright future, only a redshirt freshman out of Turlock in California. Sent down by Gonzalez Stanton on the outside for Lynn. Gonzalez Stanton, dug out by Arball, overpass swing, too deep. That was Olegario. And those are balls that Lynn hasn't missed all week, and now they're missing here in set 3.
Yeah, they've been a little high air in this set.
6th attack error in this set alone for Lynn. Timing wasn't there. Olegario has to push it over. Wilson from the right side. Winds up and hammers it down.
Again, just getting pushed forward and kicking that ball back creates that great one-on-one opportunity for Wilson.
Lilia Neal comes in for Lynn. Her first action of the entire week for the Fighting Knights. Neal the tip. Outside for Isaac. Slams it down. Gators ahead by double figures in the third.
That was the exact same thing, just the opposite way. DeBoer got pushed back. She sent the ball the length of the net to the left side and just created a great opportunity for Isaac.
This is the first time all week where Adam Maluski's had to make a big change, bringing in Neal for the first time. Neal's second attack. Overpass goes to her. Gorey up on the outside to Gonzalez-Stanton. Back set to Wilson inside the antenna. Diving dig Gentile. High free ball near the Jumbotron for Wolf. They lead Wilson towards the net on purpose. Tipped in. Gorey up.
So if you're Lynn right now, you realize you're probably not going to win this set, but you need to get something positive going on your side of the floor. They had another flat start to the set. You want to carry some momentum into set 4 and start strong there.
DeBoer gathers. Isaac, who's had a big set. Gorey up, pin to pin, goes to Wolf. Tools to block, her ninth.
She was looking at 4 big hands out there. She's just so good at knowing, hey, when I've got that seam to blast through and when it's time to just use the block.
Big difference, as you would expect, in kills in this set. 414 the clip for the Gators. 100 hitting percentage in this set for Lynn. Out of rotation called on the Fighting Knights on the serve.
And that was an overlap between Lilia Neal and Ula Gorya. So that's, you know, that sub. A little bit of newness in this situation.
Set point for San Francisco State. Long serve for Isaac. That could set up something later. Margin big enough right now where if you're the Gators, that shouldn't hurt you right there. Set point for San Francisco State. Trying to get right back in it. Alexander. Brianna DeBoer. Kimberly DeBoer on the outside for Goodrich. Out of the reach of Williams. San Francisco State stays alive. Lynn drops their first set of the week. This one could get interesting here inside the Sanford Pentagon. The national championship from Sioux Falls. We go to the 4th here in the title match. Pretty cool day for Lynn University. They have 2 sports playing for a national title today. Men's soccer already won their national championship match earlier today. They defeated 1 seed Charleston. That match played in Matthews, North Carolina. And now Adam Maluski trying to give Lynn University their 2nd national championship on the same day. How unique is that?
It's unique. I've seen football and volleyball once before, maybe not in the same day, but boy, I tell you, it's so hard to win a national championship. To see 2 sports doing it on the same campus is very special.
Lynn men's soccer finished off an undefeated season. They're playing that match in Matthews, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, about 23 minutes away from Charlotte. It was 2 sets to none, now it is 2 sets to 1. Lynn drops their first set of the week. What do they need to do well here in the 4th to get back on track and finish what they started tonight, Debbie?
They need to start strong. They need to start strong and get some confidence and really need to get the system back going.
Both sets they have won tonight, they had to come from behind late. Cecilia Pino's had a big night. Her 9th kill, only 1 attack air.
And that's a great start. It was a perfect pass. Goriup had all of her options, and I like that set to the right side.
Lynn trailed 21-18 in set 1. They won 25-22. They trailed 22-20 in set 2. Finished on a 5-0 run to win by 3. Overdig on the swing by Wilson. DeBoer won't go back to her. Goes to Goodrich on the outside. The outside for Gonzalez-Stanton, who pops it off the block. In the middle for Garza, denied by Cecilia Pino. Back to Wilson. Goodrich, hard off the block for Aiden Goodrich.
It's a great example of being patient as a team attacking. They got a lot of tags on the balls they swung at. They didn't err in that. They just looked for the right opportunity to go high off the hands.
Double figure kills for Goodrich, Wilson, and Garza. And Isaac is 1 kill shy of double figures. So at some point soon, for another match, the Gators will have 4 in double figures. Goriup on the backside, Cecilia Pino. It was a net violation, it's on the Gators. Start Goodrich. Meanwhile for Lynn, no players in double figures. 9 for Wolf, 9 for Gonzalez-Stanton, 9 for Cecilia Pino, and then 8 apiece for the middle blockers, Olegario and Blahut. Goodrich has to tip it with her left hand. Not a great set. Bump set goes right side. Cecilia Pino. She's in double figures now.
I can assure you Coach Maluski is just fine with the fact that they don't have very many athletes in double figures, because this is balance.
Finally, a good start to a set for Lynn. That has not been the case tonight. Olegario with the set to Gonzalez-Stanton. Slide play to Garza, sends it deep.
Well, the connection between Garza and DeBoer just hasn't been quite as crisp as it was yesterday. You know she'll continue to feed her the ball, though. They need her.
No timeout yet for Matt Hoffman. Lynn only needs to win 1 more set to finish off their program's first ever national championship. Garza gets it back, drops this one down to the slide. Her 11th kill. Big-time players really rise their level in the postseason. She's done that here the last couple of days.
Yeah, and I love that they just went back to work together to just work out the kink.
Established a new career high in kills in the semifinals. Might get there again. 19 yesterday. Cross court and out of bounds for Gonzalez-Stanton.
I love the shot. It's a great angle. She didn't miss it by much.
Gonzalez-Stanton gathers in the middle for Olegario. Slide play back to Garza. Read that time by Gonzalez. Stanton with the solo.
Well, she had to do a lot in that rally. She had to pass the ball swing, get back in there and get the block. I love the fact of going at her and Sam Wolf as well in serve receive and making them pass before they swing. Just a little overload there.
Veteran awareness right there by Brianna DeBoer. I think a lot of liberos would have played that, and she knew exactly where she was on the floor.
Well, and I love how vocal the bench has been with the help, because I can hear them. Well, we are way on the opposite side of the gym.
Brianna DeBoer with the serve to Williams, out of her reach, an ace. That's Brianna's second. San Francisco State, from the start, they have tried to serve tough tonight. Usually it pays off down the stretch. Another tough serve to Williams. Gonzalez-Stanton with a good approach. She's in double figures, that is her 10th.
It's a great job working around a well-formed double block. Anytime they've got that double out there, she's just looking to go hard cross court.
That is placed in. Nice placement there to tie us up at 6.
She actually did that staying below the top of the tape. Or it would have been a back row attack.
And now DeBoer will serve it. Serves it to Gentile. On the slide for Olegario. Lunging dig for Kimberly DeBoer. Isaac. Hard off the block. She's in double figures. Double figure kills for 12 straight matches for Isaac, playing her final collegiate match. Olegario slams it. Over dig by Kimberly DeBoer. Outside for Wolf, who drops it down.
She just sees the floor so well. They're kind of mixing up what they're taking and giving, and she sees that the middle back area of the floor is open, just goes high over the block.
We had 18 ties, 7 lead changes in set 2. This is feeling like one of those sets early on. Wiggling that one through the block. Isaac, her 11th kill. And San Francisco State goes ahead by 1 early on here in the 4th, trying to stay alive tonight. Serve reception for Gonzalez Stanton on the slide for Blay Hunt. Let's hit that one. Pretty good set by Goria. Not hit well by Blay Hunt, who's had a good day on offense. Isaac, outstanding serve. Good concentration by Wolf. Kimberly DeBoer on the outside for Goodrich, and she squeezes it through the block. Kept up though, and free balled by Gentile. Back to Goodrich. Sneaks it in, and Wolf says challenge right away to Adam Maluski.
Oh, I thought that was going out, but it looked like it dropped in.
Lynn University challenging in out.
It's close. If it touches the line, it's in. There was no hesitation from Wolf. You can see her right there looking at the ball.
She's got the best angle in the house.
And she screamed towards her bench. She said, challenge this. This would be the first challenge used here tonight by Adam Maluski. Key point here is the call on the floor is the ball is in. Needs to be enough evidence to say the ball was out for this call to get reversed for Lynn. Wolf in the line judge. 2 people in the building that probably saw it better than anybody else.
Yeah, we had a terrible angle. It's coming right at us.
That looks like it's in.
Yeah.
The white line, if it touches it, that means it's in. I don't see enough evidence here to change the call, which is in on the floor.
Great job by the line judge right there. He's right in front of him.
Yeah.
And in Sam Wolf's defense, she has a lot going on out there.
Yep.
She sold it pretty hard, so you know, and she doesn't want her coach to waste a challenge. So she really did believe that that ball was out.
Call stands. Both head coaches down to 1 challenge remaining. If we do go to a 5th, they would get the additional challenge. Another serve from Isaac. That one is in. Might have touched the back line, and might be too much of a gamble now for Adam Maluski to go back-to-back challenges. It was close. Barely tapped that back line, apparently. Another good, hard, aggressive serve by Isaac. Gators trying to build on their 4-point lead. Trying to pull off their 2nd reverse sweep of the week. Wolf, wide left.
She doesn't do that very often, but she went for too much. I feel like that's one of her best qualities is if she doesn't have the big swing, she just keeps the ball in play and waits for another opportunity.
There hasn't been a lot of adversity in the first 2 matches this week for Lynn. They are dealing with that right now after dropping set 3, trailing early in set 4. Blayhut gets it to drop in. How about 9 kills for Blayhut, who barely averages over 1 kill per set.
I think that's been huge for Lynn. Just tells you what a great balance there is in their offense, more than usual.
Lynn trying to chip away at this deficit. Service stays for Goryeo. Her 10th in her previous 4 matches.
We talk about that balance. The one who's down a little bit in their contribution is Goryeo. She's only got 2 kills, and maybe she's trading those out with Whitehead right now. But I bet we haven't seen the end of her trying to take that second ball over.
5 kills in back-to-back matches coming into this match for Goryeo. Serves it to Brianna DeBoer. Pushed by Goodrich. 2 players meet it there for Lynn. Out of system swing by Wolf. Backside to Wilson, denied by Blayhut. Back to her. Wilson, out of bounds, looking for a touch. Down official points towards Lynn, up official points towards San Francisco State. And it's going to be San Francisco State ball because the up official had San Francisco State with the point. So the 2 officials not on the same page there.
She's got a great view. She's got the best view in the house of whether there was a touch or not.
Overpass kill for Garza.
Well, that separation that San Francisco State has created is really important right now because they've been siding out at a pretty high rate, even in the 2 sets they lost. So this separation is going to be a hard gap for Lynn to close because of the high side out success that San Francisco State's been having.
Lynn out of system a lot right now. Wilson slams it right to Gonzalez Stanton. Backside, Cecilia Pino off speed. Isaac, Kimberly DeBoer, Wilson, lunging dig. And the point will go to San Francisco State. The Gators lead by 6. Here they come again. We're in the 4th in the national championship. Final day of the season in Division II from inside the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, where it's warmed up today outside the Sanford Pentagon. Low 30s today. It was in the single digits. The temperature earlier this week. It's warmed up outside, and it's been a nice match on the inside. 2 sets to 1 lead for Lynn, but they trail here in the 4th. And Cecilia Pino crossed the center line. Lead is now 7 for the Gators here in the 4th. Bell continues to do a good job from the service line for San Francisco State. Overhead bump set for Bell. Goodrich has done a good job of using the block on the outside. Pushed by Wolf. Backside Wilson. Doug Gonzalez Stanton. Wolf leaning back. Wilson got her hands on it. In the middle for Blayhut. She's denied. One-handed free ball by Wolf. Scrambling play. Wilson hammers it in.
That was so smart by Kimberly DeBoer. She knew there was no way Wolf was getting back to get that left side block up, so she sent it to Wilson. That's that senior setter, just understanding how it works.
Slide play for Cecilia Pino. Long bump set goes to Goodrich. Backed up by Gentile. Wolf gets hands. San Francisco State has built big leads in the third and the fourth. And we need to repeat once again. They led late in sets 1 and 2. San Francisco State did, but strong finishes in both for Lynn. Garza, overpass kill again.
And that's another quick side out. So this is what I was talking about earlier. They were going to make it very difficult for Lynn to close this gap because they are siding out at such a high rate.
Is this starting to look like the Central Oklahoma match to you for San Francisco State?
It's got a little of that same feel.
Wilson passes for Kimberly DeBoer. Garza on the slide. 13 kills for Garza, matching her number from the semifinals.
The biggest change for the Gators, they have been digging balls like crazy. They've only gotten a couple blocks in this set, but they have been digging everything, and they've been digging a lot of the balls in system. And so, you know, that's going to begin to frustrate these Lynn attackers who, in the first 2 sets, they were putting balls away with ease. And even when they're in system right now, they're getting some blocks, some slows at the net, but they're just getting dug a lot.
Gators used to matches like this. 6 of their previous 7 matches coming in have gone 4 or 5 sets. They won in 5 sets. The reverse sweep in the quarterfinals against Central Oklahoma. Needed 4 sets to beat Angelo State in the semis. Meanwhile, for Lynn, it's been sweep so far this week in the quarters and the semis. But you go back to their regionals, Debbie, they won in 5 sets in each of their final 2 regional matches. In fact, they trailed 2 sets to 1 in both. So they've been in matches like this recently. It just hasn't been this week.
They've matched up really well against both of their opponents this week, and they've run into a very different team in San Francisco State. And so early on, they did what they wanted to do. You've seen some great adjustments by the Gators, and you know they're going to have to dig deep here.
Gonzalez Stanton tools the block of the setter, Kimberly DeBoer.
I felt like they were exposing that matchup so much in the first 3 sets, and they haven't done it nearly as much in this 4th.
Pass for Isaac in the middle to Garza, and she sneaks it inside the double block. Gonzalez, Stanton, and Olegario, the 2 blockers. Doesn't matter for Garza. 14 kills.
I'm surprised she pushed through that. That was a well-formed double block.
How about the future of this Gators program with Garza, a sophomore, Goodrich, a sophomore, Wilson, a junior, back next year. A lot of pieces returned for the Gators next year. Long free ball from Isaac. DeBoer on the outside for Isaac. Blocked by Lynn. We'll try Isaac a second time out of the reach of Goria.
I think she looked like she might have gone over Cecilia Pino. Olegario's doing a nice job of closing. No, it was outside the, she didn't get to the line, so you can't give Isaac line.
Gonzalez Stanton side out for Lynn. Now if we go to a 5th for San Francisco State, it will be their 14th set of the week. The max you can play this week is 15. It would be 1 shy of that. If we go to a 5th, Lynn trying to mount a big comeback. Here in the 4th, slide play Garza. Another answer for San Francisco State.
Well, yet again, it just feels like they're getting better as they go. They're finding more rhythm. I really feel like the defense in this set in particular has created that rhythm.
Low swing for Olegario. It is all Gators in the fourth, and it was all Gators in the third. They won by 9 in the third, but they led by double figures prior to that. Slide play back to Olegario. Sends this one down the far line.
They needed that one. They needed to get a little bit of something positive going here. They haven't been passing that poorly. At least 2 options most of the time. But that's nice to get her involved with that 3-option pass there.
Gonzalez, Stanton. Swing for Isaac. Point goes to Lynn. You measure this in set 3. Even if Lynn doesn't come all the way back, you want to play well down the stretch to have a carryover into the next set. Next set, you only play to 15. Clips the take, gathered up by Brianna DeBoer. Kimberly DeBoer trying to send it back corner. Timing hasn't been there on the slide play today consistently for Lynn. Lunging dig, Gentile. Tough angle for Wolf, and Wolf able to sneak it in.
Yeah, that's really a tough out for her. She would have liked to take that ball a little bit higher, but she found a way to score.
There's a wet spot on the floor near the 10-foot line on the San Francisco State side, so Brianna DeBoer will clean it up. Gonzalez Stanton has gone on long point runs for the service line this week, looking for her longest here in this set. Isaac off the block. Wolf, Gloria, back to Wolf. Another for Lynn. I'm sure Matt Hoffman soon might be thinking timeout. You don't want to give Lynn any chance of a big comeback here.
No, and this is the young lady that will be the one to kind of put the team on her back if they're struggling. Samantha Wolf is a competitor.
Gonzalez Stanton was serving during that 11-0 run to finish set 2 in the quarterfinals against Wingate. Gentile can't back it up. And now it's set point for the Gators after their 5th block of the match. Trying to pull off their 2nd reverse sweep of the week. Kimberly DeBoer sends it to the Fighting Knights. Wolf is blocked away. Back-to-back blocks to finish off set 4 for San Francisco State. We played 3 5-setters on Thursday, so of course we go to a 5th in the title match. Gators staying alive. Championship will be crowned later from Sioux Falls. We go to our 5th and our final set in 2024 at Division II. San Francisco State all of a sudden has started to dominate this match. Back-to-back 25-16 final scores in sets 3 and 4. These are the overall stats, Debbie, and for San Francisco State, these might be their most impressive overall numbers all week.
Well, let me tell you what changed drastically was the digs. San Francisco State had 21 digs, and I think they frustrated the Lynn attackers. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lynn responds, because they're going to continue to play great defense. They're going to have to mix their shots up a little bit better. Hopefully they're in system enough to balance the offense out. But I think this is a critical juncture for the setters. You know, you've got one who has a limited amount of experience in this season, and then you have a senior setter who I told you probably ran the timeout.
Yep.
So it'll just be interesting to see how this goes.
After hitting 486 at set 2, Lynn has been below 130 in each of the previous 2 sets. They've combined for 13 attack errors in sets 3 and 4. Play to 15 in the 5th, need a win by 2. Friday nights only needed 3 sets in the quarters in the semis. Gators won in 5 sets in the quarterfinals. They won in 4 sets in the semis. San Francisco State 5-1 in 5-set matches this year. Lynn is 5-2. Wilson terminates to start the 5th.
Right back to Wilson. She's just been so good. No surprise there.
Olegario dug out by Kimberly DeBoer. Back to Wilson, tips it. Gentile digs it through the seam, Samantha Wolf.
She loves the seam. You give her a balls with the seam and she will attack it.
Joelle Alexander comes in to serve for Lynn. Junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Has had a really good week from the service line. Serves it to Isaac. In the middle for Garza. Alexander keeps it up. 3 ball from Gonzalez Stanton. In system. Goodrich. Blocked away solo by the freshman setter.
It's huge by Goriep, and that's where she, you know, is great in those 5-1 rotations. You don't give up anything blocking.
Remember that one. That is monstrous for Lynn. Alexander continues to serve. Goodrich through the seam. Alexander can't get it. Goodrich responds accordingly. Side out for the Gators. Tied at 2.
Both teams seem to come out with the right mentality. I think we're in for a war here.
Kimberly DeBoer goes off. Alana Velasquez comes in. Her first action since the quarterfinals 2 days ago. So now the setter is off the floor for San Francisco State, and the service too long for Tamaya Wilson.
Well, these are these extra subs that you can use when it's a set to 15. And that's just a blocking sub right there. Somebody else, if they dig the ball, is going to be setting that offense. And it's a really smart thing to do because she's going to put up a much bigger block, and Lynn's capitalized on that all day long.
Both programs looking for their first ever national title in volleyball. Garza terminates.
This is how it looked yesterday. And that's that little slide right behind the setter. Block was a little wide on that.
If the Gators find a way to win, she's in that MVP discussion for the tournament for sure. Pin-to-pin set goes to Isaac. Blocked by Blay-Hutt. Back to her. Blay-Hutt gets it again. Wilson with her back on the floor trying to keep it up. Blay-Hutt has 10 kills.
You know, sometimes those athletes are able to step up in these moments simply because it's the other attackers who are getting most of the focus. Way to be ready.
Isaac cross court. Gonzalez Stanton can't control. Tied at 4. First to 15 wins. You need to win by 2. And at the rate this is going, I'm not sure 15 points is going to be enough.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
This feels like this could go extra points here in the 5th. This is a heavyweight battle. Forget the siege, you wouldn't know it. Blay-Hutt from the middle, slams down her 11th. I repeat, she's only averaging 1.3 kills per set. She is way above those numbers.
Both of these teams siding out so well.
Service error as it bounces back.
It may be the team that can go back and keep their server back there for a couple of points that wins this set and the match.
Kimberly DeBoer, senior from Murrieta, California, sends a deep one to Wolf. Gory up on the backside to Cecilia Pino. Brianna DeBoer digs. Isaac swings. Overpass, winds up and sets it down. Gators in front. Thirteenth kill here in the championship for Izzy Isaac. Gory up in the middle for Olegario. Control dig for Kimberly DeBoer. Isaac misses the near line.
Love that swing by Olegario. She took Kimberly DeBoer out of the offense, so the offense isn't going to be nearly as effective. She didn't put the ball away, but she helped earn that point.
Alexis Williams in to serve for Adam Maluski and Lynn. Serves it to Isaac. Backside Wilson, off the block. Monster match for Wilson. One attack air, 19 kills to pace the Gators.
It's interesting because it's not that she's had bad matches. They just haven't used her this much in the quarterfinal or semifinal.
Olegario, side out for Lynn. Back and forth we go.
Well, this is what you want to see. Both teams passing really well, running their offense, siding out efficiently.
Gonzalez Stanton. Serve receive for Brianna DeBoer. One-handed set for Kimberly DeBoer. Gory up in the middle for Olegario. Kimberly DeBoer digs it. Bump set goes to Goodrich. Rolls it off the tape near side for Wolf. Wolf gets it back. Big time dig by Brianna DeBoer. Winding up is Wilson. Low swing for Parker on the overpass. That will send us to a media timeout. First of 15 wins. Lynn leads by 1. Lead is 1 for Lynn. Adam Young, Debbie Hendricks back with you from inside the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Debbie, this is everything you want and then some here in the National Championship.
It is. It's just great side-out volleyball we're being treated to right now. Now somebody's going to step back there and start putting a little run together on the service line. But so far, they're making each other earn it.
Gonzalez Stanton has had some good runs this week from the service line for Lynn. She will serve out of the timeout. Two teams flip sides during that media timeout as well because Lynn was able to get to 8 first. Wolf attacks, backed up by Isaac. Wilson, good approach. Overpass swing for Parker. Outside for Wolf. Parker got her hands on it. In the middle for Olegario. Phenomenal dig by Isaac. Free ball, Brianna DeBoer. Trying to go to the middle hitter. Olegario. Gory up on the slide for Olegario.
The defense has been incredible for both sides. It's just taking attackers so long to find a way to put the ball on the floor.
Somebody is going to have to lose this match, and that's unfortunate because both teams are playing at a very high level. Lynn won sets 1 and 2, coming from behind in both. Gators have dominated sets 3 and 4 since. Olegario for the middle. Block has been big for the Gators. Near side, Goodrich off the block. Backed up by Gonzalez Stanton. Attacked by Gory up. Back to Goodrich. Gory up on the slide for Olegario. Goes cross court with it. Wilson uses the block. Side out Gators.
Unbelievable defense and really patient attacking. Credit these attackers who are getting done. Nobody's become high air out of that.
Senior defensive specialist Cynthia Bell will serve for San Francisco State. Gonzalez Stanton steers it towards Goria. Swing for Wolf, and she sends it off the block. Lynn gets it back, Nace side out. They're the first and 10. We're playing to 15 here in the 5th.
In the serve from the Fighting Knights, number 20, Joelle Alexander.
Goodrich out of system, had a big seam to work with.
A great swing. This is a tough angle. Knows exactly what's open.
Gators back within 1 on serve with Wilson. Bump set, Gentile out of system. Wolf cross court and in. She buries it.
Inside the triple block.
Undoubtedly, Matt Hoffman will challenge just in case.
Yeah, they're picking and choosing when they're putting this triple block up, but
It was close.
yeah, and if it's really in, that's an incredible shot.
Ball on the floor is in. If it touches the white line, that means it's in. Each head coach got an additional challenge when we went to a 5th, so each head coach currently has 2. Matt Hoffman wins this challenge. He gets to keep both. If he loses it, he's down to 1.
Well, and the bigger difference would be the score. This is a really critical juncture here.
Well, I don't envy the officials that are looking at the monitor right now. This is a tough job.
Well, and a lot at stake, so they absolutely want to get it right.
It's hard enough in real time. It's hard as well, even when you get a good slow-mo replay look.
I thought for sure when she hit that ball inside the block with that much pace, it was going to be out.
Rodolfo Marrero, the 3rd official who's over there at the monitor right now. This one may be lengthy.
And then it's really important that as teams, you come back out focused after this pause. You know, it had a really good rhythm to it this 5th set.
Adam Maluski and the Fighting Knights won the first 2 sets. They were in a spot after those first 2 to potentially win every set this week. They're looking for their 3rd straight sweep. Gators won the 3rd, won the 4th, won by 9 in both. Call is in with Stacy DeWitt, the down official. This is a huge call here in the 5th of the national championship. Point Lynn.
What a shot by Samantha Wolf.
Matt Hoffman loses the challenge. He checks in with Stacy DeWitt to make sure he still has 1 left. He does. Lead is 2 for the Fighting Knights out of Boca Raton, looking for their first ever national championship. It was Wolf with a great swing. She's had a well-traveled career. Palm Beach Atlantic, Wright State, now in her 2nd and her final year with Lynn. Back to Wolf. Another for Samantha Wolf.
Well, we're back to that bad matchup with Kimberly DeBoer up front and Wolf on the outside. So they're going to look to capitalize on that as much as they can.
Wolf was at Palm Beach Atlantic in 2019. That is a school that is in the Sunshine State Conference, the same league as Lynn. She was the Sunshine State Conference Newcomer of the Year back in 2019. She went to Wright State during that COVID time and then transferred to Lynn to play her final 2 years collegiately. And like she's been in every match, it seems like, Debbie, A little bit of a slow start, and then at her best later in the match, and she's at her best right now in the 5th.
Well, they try to establish something else and then open her up, and they have done a really nice job of that. But she's even attacking against triple block and scoring.
That last kill for Wolf, that was her 17th. She also has 12 digs. She had 19 kills in the quarterfinals, 11 and only 1 air in the semis. And she's been telling her team, late in sets, finish. And right now, Lynn's trying to finish as they lead by 3. The first of 15 wins, you need to win by 2.
Clear leader for this group.
Lynn has followed her advice for the most part, finishing down the stretch all week. Ula Goryup leads Lynn in aces for the year. 10 in her previous 4 matches. Serves a great ball to Isaac. Tough angle, Goodrich. Uses her length. Cecilia Pino, one-handed dig, Brianna DeBoer. Free ball by Goodrich. Goryup on the outside for Wolf, dug out by Isaac. Goodrich down the near line, and she buries it.
That's a huge out right there. San Francisco State not only has DeBoer up, they had Goryup at the service line, and she's one of the top servers, so that's a good rotation to get out of right there. Still have DeBoer up.
That might have been the biggest swing of the week so far for the Gators. Much needed side out. Passed by Gonzalez-Stanton. Goryup avoids the net. Wolf with the attack. Isaac wiggles it through the block. Cecilia Pino, she slams it down.
What a smart shot. Out of system swing here, but she knows what's open. Splits that seam.
Outside for Isaac. Gonzalez-Stanton touched it. Side out, San Francisco State.
Brianna DeBoer's had some good moments serving today.
Nice pass by Gentile. Gonzalez-Stanton, dug out by Arbol. Isaac lets it rip. Gonzalez-Stanton controls. Cecilia Pino. Match points in the championship for Lynn.
Well, Lynn's done a nice job defensively in this one. We talked about the Gators defense last set, but defense to transition kill, big time.
Senior Isabella Gentile on the service line for Lynn. Up 3 on championship points. Serves it to Arbol. In the middle for Parker. Keeps the season alive for the Gators. Kimberly DeBoer serving for San Francisco State. Trying to pull off another reverse sweep. Wolf, Goryup, Olegario attacks, dug out by Kimberly DeBoer. Wilson from the right side, she'll use the block. 2 in a row for the Gators.
They just hang around.
Adam Maluski has 2 timeouts left, so he'll use one of those 2. He's down to 1. Matt Hoffman has 1. Adam Maluski still has 2 challenges. Matt Hoffman has 1 challenge left. Wow.
Yeah. Well, San Francisco State still got to earn one on serve, and that's a tough assignment against this Lynn serve receive, because they've been pretty solid. Both teams have been very solid in serve receive, so they're going to have to find a stop. I think if they just tag a block and get a good transition out of it, they've got an opportunity.
Pretty impressive that the Gators found a way to get to this spot again after losing the first 2 sets tonight. They've shown a lot of resiliency all week. It has been no different tonight. cruising in sets 3 and 4, trying to come from behind here in the 5th. They trailed 14-11. They have made it 14-13. And once again, it's Samantha Wolf leading a huddle for Lynn.
Well, she won't be able to put the ball away here, but she can give Gloria up a good pass.
Gloria should have Cecilia Pino, Olegario, and Gonzalez Stanton to work with. If Lynn can pass it well on serve receive. The serve from Kimberly DeBoer. Wolf on serve receive. Gloria up on the backside to Cecilia Pino. Lynn University wins their first ever national title. Historic day for Lynn University out of Boca Raton. They won a national title earlier today in men's soccer in North Carolina. They win a national title in volleyball, their first tonight in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Well, you said it. It was really hard to see either one of these teams drop this match. It was so well played. Both teams at times were just unbeatable. And you couldn't ask for more out of the 5th set. I guarantee you there's a lot of mutual respect right there.
You kind of knew after those first 2 sets that the Gators would find a way to make this interesting. And boy, did they.
They did, and anything can happen once you go 5, but that's exactly what you want to see. Both teams played really well in that 5th.
7 international players on this Lynn University squad. A year ago, they made it to the final 16. This year, they got to the quarterfinals for the first time ever. Samantha Wolf, emotional. Just talked about her well-traveled story. Palm Beach Atlantic, Wright State, finishes her final 2 years with Lynn. She was probably at her best this week as well.
I think so, and I tell you what, you could just see her leading the team throughout the entire tournament.
And it's emotional right now for San Francisco State, but the message from Matt Huffman in the end, once they get to the locker room in a little bit, there's nothing to be ashamed about. This program has absolutely taken off in the month of December, and they laid it on the line on this floor here inside the Sanford Pentagon.
And they talk about the little incremental steps that they've grown through the last few years. This was a huge step of growth. And yeah, they have so much to be proud of. An absolutely fantastic tournament. Very fun team to watch.
About 3 hours of separation between the men's soccer national championship finish, which was in Matthews, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. And now the volleyball finish here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Adam Maluski is the head coach of the national champion Lynn Fighting Knights. Coach, how does that sound?
Awesome. That sounds awesome. We're so excited. You know, this wasn't the way that we thought the match would go, but I gotta say, like San Francisco State, they do so many challenging things for us to defend. 7 was a problem. 6, you know, really struggled stopping her, and I'm just proud of our group and the grit that they showed and the resiliency in those last few points. It was unbelievable.
You guys were at a different level in that 5th set, siding out, taking care of the defensive side of the ball. I mean, what was the message going into that set?
You know, honestly, we didn't need to relax. This is a big stage. You know, we haven't been here before, and even though we were pretty loose going in, there was some weight on us, and you could see the way that we played. We were pretty tight. Going into the 5th, there was really nothing else to lose at that point. We just had to go back, relax, support each other, and I thought we executed at a pretty high level in the 5th.
Coach, you've been at Lynn for a while. You started as a volunteer assistant coach in 2010. You win your first ever national title tonight. Men's soccer won a couple hours ago. So they won. They got a national title.
Yes. 2
national titles in one day for a university that I know you're proud to be at. How cool is that?
Oh, it's amazing. And it's just the support of everybody there, from the professors to our president, Ross, to our athletic director. It's an amazing place to be, and you know, we just have such great student athletes. It's so much fun to be able to enjoy that with them here in a couple minutes.
Coach, it's hard to single out one player, but Samantha Wolf made big play after big play down the stretch. It seemed like she was your leader vocally on the floor, and then, of course, with her play as well. What has she meant the last 2 years to your program?
I mean, everything. We weren't sure if she was going to come back this year. She did decide to come back for one more experience, and I mean, she's like a lion. I mean, she goes after everybody all the time, and she really brings so much to our team, and we couldn't have done it without her. I can't thank her enough for coming back to Lynn for her extra last year.
Coach, congrats on the great week. Congrats on the championship. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
The national championship trophy is heading to Boca Raton, Florida. Lynn University, they win their final 12 matches this year, and they win their first ever national championship. Pretty cool stuff. They celebrate here inside the Sanford Pentagon. Balance was great again here today, Debbie. 17 kills for Wolf, 12 for Stanton, 11 for Olegario, 10 for Blayhut, 14 for Cecilia Pino. Tell you what, those 10 from Blayhut, that might have been the difference.
Well, credit Goria. You know, you're a freshman. You didn't even get the starting job until just a few weeks ago, and she ran that offense all weekend like a champion. And I think it was brilliant to make some of the adjustments she did and use Blayhut more today.
Samantha Wolf, a phenomenal week, 17 kills, 13 digs in the championship. The trophy presentation from inside the Sanford Pentagon. It'll occur now, so we'll step aside and hand things over to the public address for the championship presentation.
Now, let's congratulate both teams on their outstanding achievements and thank our hosts, the Sanford Pentagon, Sioux Falls Sports Authority, the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference for their partnership, commitment, and success in hosting this National Volleyball Championship. And now we present the 2024 NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball All-Tournament Team. Presenting the awards is Matt Jennings, Chairman of the Division II Women's Volleyball Committee. Would the members of the All-Tournament Team remain on the court for a photo after all awards have been presented? And here we go. From Ferris State, number 5, Olivia Henneman Delapi. From Angelo State, number 5, Evelyn Torres. From Bentley University, number 6, Sophia Palin. From San Francisco State, number 12, Kimberly DeBoer. From San Francisco State, number 3, Aiden Goodrich. From San Francisco State, number 7, Anastasia Garza. From San Francisco State, number 2, Izzy Isaac. And from San Francisco State, number 6, Tamaya Wilson. From Lynn, number 16, Alini Olegario. From Lynn, number 10, Isabella Gentile. And from Lynn, number 3, Ula Gorya. And the 2024 Most Outstanding Player, as voted by the Division II Women's Volleyball Committee, is from Lynn, number 2, Samantha Wolf. And now, the runner-up team in this year's Division II NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, the San Francisco State University Gators. Presenting the award, Laura Dalby Nicolai from the Division II Women's Volleyball Committee. Individuals, please come forward to receive your awards. Number 1, Asia Arball. Number 2, Izzy Isaac. Number 3, Aiden Goodrich. Number 4, Alana Valeska. Number 5, Hadley Gray. Number 6, Tamia Wilson. Number 7, Anastasia Garza. Number 8, Devin Levy. Number 9, Emma Watkins. Number 11, Brianna DeVore. Number 12, Kimberly DeVore. Number 14, Drew De Guzman. Number 15, Malia Cooper. Number 16, Rachel Reyes. Number 20, Taylor Vales. Number 21, Cynthia Bell. Number 22, Chloe Henry. Number 23, Katie Parker. Number 35, Alana Larson. Head coach, Matt Hoffman. Assistant coach, Madison Hansenberg. Director of Communications, Kendrick Mooney. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gators of San Francisco State. And now, the 2024 NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball Champion, the Lynn University Fighting Knights. Please come forward when your name is announced. Number 1, Ivy Westfall. Number 2, Samantha Wolf. Number 3, Ula Goya. Number 4, Lilia Neal. Number 5, Chloe Riley. Number 6, Mia Gonzalez. Number 7, Fabia Gonzalez. Number 9, Celine Ozdemir. Number 10, Isabella Gentile. Number 12, Nadia Rossi. Number 15, Nicola Barnica. Number 16, Alini Oligario. Number 17, Samantha Blayhart. Number 18, Jasmine Innes. Number 20, Joelle Alexander. Number 21, Maria Cecilia Pino. Number 24, Alexis Williams. Number 33, Jared Morgan. Head coach, Adam Maluski. Assistant coach, Travis Nichols. Assistant coach, Ori Pavlos. Assistant coach, Chris Couchet. Athletic trainer, Chloe McCoy. Administrator, Sarah Frasca. SID, Benjamin Mace. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lynn University Fighting Knights.
Adam Young, Debbie Hendricks back with you with a final thought from inside the Sanford Pentagon here in Sioux Falls. And Debbie, it's hard to be any more competitive than what we saw during the course of the week. It began with a lot of 5-set matches. It ends with a 5-set match. A lot of great volleyball the entire week.
You have to love it, and if you're a volleyball fan, you got your money's worth. And I speak again about the parity and just knowing that every match was going to be a good one, and it lived up to the billing.
We had 3 5-setters in the quarterfinals on Thursday. We finished with a 5-setter in the finals as Lynn University its wins against Wingate, Bentley, and San Francisco State to capture the program's first ever national championship. Big thanks to our entire crew. For our producer all week, Andrea Crawford. For my partner, Debbie Hendricks, Adam Young saying so long one final time from the Sanford Pentagon. Lynn University, national champs in 2024 at Division II.